Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear TEC Gauntlet Season 2 powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radio. I'm your host, Assassin47. On the desk with me are casters and analysts, Aggressive and Universe. How are you guys doing? Starting with you, Aggressive.
Honestly, it's been a really long time, Assassin, and I'm pumped. And honestly, the first game of the day here, sorry, the second game, because we already had our first game, it's going to be a banger one for sure because, hey, it's going to be Force 1 going up against the side of FSE Sports. So I'm really excited about this, Assassin. I want your
I
thoughts.
mean, you kind of can call it the second game as well because the first game it got postponed as well. Had a little bit of a tech issue coming out from the side of Team Exo, and yeah, we also had a little bit of a server problem going on because of the new patch that just dropped in today. I'm definitely sure that all of you are excited for the patch and the new bundles, and yeah, all of you are very excited for that. But let's take a look at today's matchups. Force 1 Esports versus FSE Sports. That's right. Force 1 are going to be taking on X-Fangs, and I'm hella excited for this game. What about you, Universe?
Yeah, I'm absolutely pumped up for this game. It is somewhat of an interesting matchup in terms of where we've got one of the best teams in the region going up against a team that I think is slowly rising up upon their feet. They've done a pretty good job, FS. They they had a rough start, but I think they pulled up and they are looking pretty good. But given that they're facing off the mammoth that is Force 1, I want to see if they're going to be able to pull off a map at the minimum or even the win if we give credit to them. But yeah, I'm honestly excited to see how exactly FS are going to be doing against Force 1.
Yeah, I mean, Force 1 Esports, you know for a fact that these guys are pretty right up there at the top when it comes down to their overall ratings, but Fangs, they haven't been doing that great. Or shall I call them FSE Sports now? But yeah, FSE Sports, they haven't had the best of the start. We are going to eventually talk more about it, but let's move it over towards the MVP standings and, take a look at how exactly the players are doing over there as well. Ignacio, I want your opinions on the MVP standings because you know for a fact that SK Wow has made his way to the first position, dethroning MW1, and they're doing a pretty good job out there.
Honestly, seeing SK WoW up here from the side of Team Cohesion just goes to show that these guys, they're a force to be reckoned with, and the fact that he's climbing up this far could just be a telltale sign that they are making a lot of leaps and bounds moving on down the line. But at the same time, talking about Bond F, MW1, and Buster, we all know these players, man. These are like the OGs of our entire region. If they're not on the MVP standings, I don't know who will be there. So moving on down the line here, Assassin, I feel as though these standings can change drastically throughout the entire phases because it feels like all of these players, they are ready and they're going to go in for the number one position. Because as you can see, the MVP standings, one's at three, and another one's at two. And Buster is one of those players that can consistently get the top position every single time if you allow him to frag out. And he's not really that type of player that relies on his fragging power. He's much more of that player that relies on control. So I see him not going to be holding up on the number one position anytime soon. But hey, Buster is Buster. He could break down those doors in a matter of seconds.
Completely. All of these players are very, very mechanically gifted, and I feel as if all of them are going to make a hell of a difference over the course of time throughout season two. We're going to be seeing a lot of promotion and relegation happening on the MVP standings as well. But let's quickly move on over towards the group standings now and see what exactly is the story over there. Because, yep, a lot of teams have been promoted straight to the top, likes of Exo and Valor. But aside of FSE Sports, Cohesion, Outset, and August aren't doing that great. FSE Sports and Cohesion, they're still there at the fifth and the sixth spot. But yeah, outside esports and Oculus, they are having a really bad time. Universe, I want your opinions. I want you to shed some light on the Group B standings.
I mean, this is kind of what you would expect from this group. And given that you have EXO right on top, you've got Global Esports around the same lines. Valor are also right there. They did qualify. So, you normally expect them to do pretty well this season as well. Force One have already lost a match and they have won one as well. And in that match at which they lost, which I believe was against Global Esports, they did pick up one map. So they've got 3 points as a result of that. And FS, this is their chance to try to make it up towards the green zone. They can win out this one and go. Or they can go ahead and take the spot of Force One on that fourth spot, and maybe go up higher given the time goes there in their favor as well. So I'm really interested to see if FS can pull out, maybe 1 point today would really help them a lot, given that, Force One is definitely a team that is going to be very difficult to beat for them. But if they pull out one map at the bare minimum, then I think that's one more step that they're taking towards improving and maybe making it to the playoffs.
Completely. I mean, FSE Sports, we know for a fact that these guys have in them the caliber to do something incredible other in this particular group. But the problem is that still there are a lot of things that need a little bit of a sharpening. Like they do need to go ahead and fix a few things in their entire lineup and their entire strategy moving in towards the game to go ahead and get that victory as well. We're going to talk all of that in detail as well once we are going to be talking about that team intro. But talking about team intros, let's take a quick look at the team intro coming out from the side of Team Force One Esports now and take a look at how exactly their team is against the side of FSE Sports. So, Team Force One Esports, aggressive, the mic is all yours. Take it away.
Force One. Like, what can I really say about this roster? They like honestly, they have to be the roster that caught my eye the most when it comes down to the term of improvement. All of these players, they strive to come down and rise to the very top. In the last season, they literally took the number 3 position. That's not something that you can do really lightly here, Assassin. And the fact that they're now here once again to bring in the hurt here, they have a lot to prove, and they cannot lose out to the side of FSE Sports. And considering the rate of improvement of this team, I feel as though they have gone leaps and bounds from what we have seen them previously perform. Because hey, we had a 1 week break, they had a lot of time to practice, they had a lot of time to improve themselves. So now we need to see the fruits of their labor. Are they going to be able to take down FS, who have been putting in the same amount of effort, if not more? Is going to be the real question here, Assassin. I feel as the Force One, they're that deciding factor that you can't really quantify. They can sometimes perform so well that they will absolutely stomp all of their opposition, or they could fall flat on their faces. But hey, hopefully it's not the latter this time around, and they can prove everyone wrong.
So the thing is, from the side of Force One Esports, we know for a fact that these guys carry a lot of confidence and they do have in them a lot of experience to just go ahead and take on the Titans and especially teams like FSE Sports out there. So This match shouldn't be that big of a problem for the side of FSE Sports unless and until the side of FSE Sports have got some ace up their sleeves as well. So that is only going to be decided once we dive straight in towards the match. But at FSE Sports, they definitely have the might and the confidence to go ahead and face off FSE Sports. So we wish them all the best in doing that. But let's take a quick look at the player who's going to be making a lot of difference as well. With the player spotlight brought to you by AMD Ryzen Radeon, and it's going to be none other than Sentinel, a lovely Sentinel RVK who all by
Sheriff
himself can hold on over towards, yeah, that's right, Sheriff God, but at the same time, he is just an absolutely amazing anchor. The way he can just hold on towards a site is just unbelievable. And all of his setups are so creative. Like his enemies, his opponents, they don't see that coming and they just die to his traps and his utilities. So Universe, what are your thoughts on RVK?
Oh, this guy is an absolute beast of a player. I mean, he's got probably more kills than we've seen most Sentinel. I mean, the most duelists we've had seen on the servers. This guy has a positive KD ratio. He's got 100 kills. He's 87 deaths, 29 assists, and an ACS of 219. And we all know how good he is with those pistols, especially that Sheriff. RVK, one of the strongest pillars, if I could say, on the F1 side. He definitely has the potential to pull out rounds into his team's favor when there's absolutely no hope. And I mean, he is somebody that they can depend upon to leave alone at a site, and he can hold it off by himself. Like you said, he's the Sentinel who is single-handedly enough to handle a 1v4, 1v3 when they're pushing right into him with the tripwires, or when he's playing the Cypher, or be it the Killjoy. He's just really, really good. And F1, they owe a lot of a lot of the successes, at least a part of a lot of the successes, to this man right here. So today, if he's going to be shining just as brightly as he did last season, and so then it's definitely not going to be an issue for Force One to win this one not easily.
RVK, a lot depends on him as well from the side of Force One Esports, because the defense is something that we particularly point out Force One Esports on. Their attack is usually just Knight Rider popping off and, the entirety of Force One Esports moving in together as a unit and doing quite a lot. But yeah, the defense, it revolves solely around the fact that RVK's creative setups help them to just, lock down an entire site. And yeah, if REK is not going to be able to perform, then defense is going to be a little bit of a problem for the side of Force One Esports. But yeah, moving on from there, we know for a fact that RVK is a guy who is always consistent. Like every single game, you name it, he is always dropping in more than 15, 20 frags. So yeah, as a Sentinel, he just does quite a lot for the team, and he's always that extra for the side of Force One Esports as well. So we wish him all the best and hope he's going to be in top form for the game against FSE Sports today. But let's take a quick look at the roster coming out from the side of FSE Sports as well. Their team intro is ready, so why don't we quickly jump straight into it? And I want to ask you this, Aggressive. What do you think about FSE Sports now that they have, got their entire roster under a new banner? Like, we know in Fangs, they kind of were a lot iffy, but now in FSE Sports, things quite look better.
Feel like this roster currently is still in the works. They've not really come together as a well-oiled machine just yet, but they have a lot of potential. I'll say that much. Because the fact is that all these players, they have a lot, and I mean a lot of experience with one another. They know how each other play, they know their strategies, they know their weaknesses, and they also know how to plug in the holes in between. But the thing is, it's only 4 players that know each other like the back of their own hands. The 5th player, sometimes being Headshot, coming on down through, is having a tiny little bit of trouble trying to adjust into the fray, I would say. Yes, he's an astoundingly good fragger. This guy, when he's on the server, he can just pop heads in a matter of seconds. But it's not just an aim game here. If one cog is turning in the other direction, sometimes it can just completely stop the clock here and make it go backwards. That's what's sometimes happening to the side of FSE Sports. And I'm really hoping that at one stage we can finally see this coming on down through to be a little bit better. Don't worry about the laser gentleman Assassin's Phone just rang into background. But moving on back from that, like Headshot, I feel as though he can easily come on down through and then make it happen for him. So
completely
let's say
Hmm.
FSE Sports, I would say at the very end of it all, I believe that they can take down the side of Force One, but it could be a little bit difficult because considering how Force One are, yeah, I
Yep.
would say that they have their work cut out for them.
Yeah. Really sorry for the mess up. My bad. But yeah, just like my phone, there is also a particular player from the side of the side of FSE Sports who does annoy you a little bit more. So let's take a quick look at that player as well, who annoys his opponents and takes them down like a boss. It's going to be the side of FSE Sports, whose player spotlight we're going to be moving on to now, brought to you by AMD Ryzen Radeon. And let's take a quick look at their player who's going to pop off, and that is none other than B2. Universe, I want your opinions on B2 because, yeah, we have seen him shift roles in the entire roster, but now I feel as if he has stabilized himself as a Sentinel.
Yeah, he has been around that defensive role for a bit of time now, and he actually is doing pretty well, honestly. He's good with the fragging system as well. You can see that in his kills. He's got 83 kills, 66 deaths, and ACS of 211. Both the Sentinels are in the spotlight today, and it's, let's say, we're going to have to see who's going to come out on top. RVK, we know he's got, a couple of more accolades than B2 does himself, but I would like to believe that B2 is definitely going to try and give him some competition in terms of how exactly a side is supposed to be held down in whichever map it is that they're playing, be it as a Sage, a Cypher, or a Killjoy, whatever it is. B2, he's been pretty versatile for his team, and he takes in a lot of pressure as well. So, and he's pretty good with that, honestly, handling pressure. So today it's all about that because F1 is definitely a pressure that is massive. So if he's going to be able to handle it to the best of his abilities, is something that his team will definitely need, and they might just capitalize upon it to find a little bit more success than they were hoping for.
Yep, and B2, we know for a fact that this guy is quite cracked when it comes down to his aim as well. Like in terms of the fragging department, as a Sentinel, I feel as if he directly competes with the likes of RVK and others. Even lightning fast at that matter. Like, B2 is a
Yep.
really good fragger and he's an invaluable asset for the side of Team FSE Sports. FSE Sports, they could try and experiment around roles. Maybe I don't know. I just sometimes have this feeling as if B2 can actually go ahead and maybe open up space and the site as well for the team a little bit better as a duelist. But that's just me trying to you know trying to go ahead and think quite a lot for the team as well. But yeah, maybe B2 might just be a little bit too comfortable on that central role. With that, let's quickly move it over towards the map veto because that's what you guys are waiting for. I know for a fact that you guys are quite excited for the game, so we're gonna give you guys the map veto right in front of your screens, and our analyst, lovely analyst, starting with aggressive, is gonna go ahead and take it away.
Honestly, when you look at map number one, it's a map picked up by the side of FSE Sports. Yes, this is a map where they've absolutely dominated even the most topmost teams of our region, but at the same time, this is also a map where the side of Force One are going to be really comfortable. Yes, Force One, they have a little bit of a couple of kings that they need to work to try and make this strat that they were running on Ascend to be a little bit more foolproof. But I would say that they have that advantage, but at the same time, I think that FSE Sports, they did a really good job of picking this as the first map. It's a good, even ground, no advantages going on either side. And also, you take the stronger map out of your own pool because we know for a fact that when it comes down to the strongest map for the side of Force One, it is going to be Haven. Haven is where they love to go to every single time. So even if you lose out on the toss or even if you win out on the toss, if you don't pick up Haven, you know for a fact that your opposition team is going to pick that up. And the side of FS, yes, they can perform on Haven really well if they're able to get a couple of kills right at the get-go. Because I would say that Valorant in general is a very momentum-based game. So when you have that momentum, when you have those ultimates, and you have that economy to even go for your abilities, that's where I believe that Haven will really fall into that category. If the side of FS are able to gain some momentum right at the very beginning, they have the best possible chance of taking that map away from them. But at the same time, map number one, it's going to be a massive point toss. And whoever wins that point toss is going to win everything out here.
So yeah, this map veto, I feel as if it kind of is a very good balance between both teams because we know for a fact that Ascent is FSE Sports' home ground. They love to play the map of Ascent, and at the same time, I also want to add on to that. FSE Sports love to play the map of Haven as well, but at the same time, Force One Esports they are pretty darn good when it comes down to Haven, and Force One Esports' defense on the map of Ascent is something to be scared about. So, Universe, what are your thoughts on the map veto? What do you think? Who exactly might have that edge in this best of three?
I think it has to be Force One just because of the plain fact that I have Haven
Mhm.
in there. And Ascent is something that, like you said, the defense on Ascent by especially RVK is absolutely brilliant on that B side when he plays that Cypher. So I'm not quite sure how much
Correction, by the way.
FS.
Yeah. RVK, we even had a clip, by the way. The reel went on our socials on the map of
Mhm.
Ascent over to his tree room. He was playing Killjoy. He got himself a quad with just one nano strong grenade.
Oh yeah, I
Okay,
remember that. I
okay.
remember that.
Yep.
But yeah, I like I said, it's about the way that the Force One are
Hmm.
gonna be dictating this match because I feel like this is theirs to lose. Haven is one of their strongest maps that I know for sure. Ascent might just be a little 60-40 matter, maybe 60 still tending towards Force One. But based on what I know Force One to be, I think they're gonna take this one home pretty easily.
Yeah, I feel as if Force One Esports do have sort of an advantage, and we know for a fact that FSE Sports are quite having a shaky start to the season two of the Gauntlet. What are your predictions, Aggressive? What do you think is going to be the outcome of this match?
You're taking a leaf out of my own book and taking away my thing, man. I'm the one who started this prediction thing, and now you're forcing it on me. But
I
hey,
mean, hmm.
hey, it's fair use. You're my best friend for
Yeah.
a reason, and it's gonna be completely fine. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Please don't
say
copyright
that
me.
uh, it's fine. Don't worry about that. But
Yeah.
me scratching my beard, I feel as though this could be going on down to a 2-1 score line. Map number
Mhm.
one, I have a strong suspicion that the side of FSE Sports can actually take this away and get this win for them. But at the
Mhm.
same time, as Universe just stated, it's a 60-40 flip.
Yeah.
Either the side of FS are going to be able to get some momentum. And why do I keep on constantly bringing up the momentum? Because they are a very momentum based team. Unless they have the
Yes.
momentum, they can't really win out on a lot of their fights.
Mhm.
So we really need to see. Map number one is going to be a coin toss. Map number two is going to be almost an 80-20 split for me personally for the side of Force One. And in map number three, hey,
Mhm.
my hands are up in the air. But at the same time, I will say that this should be a 2-0 for the side of Force One. But it all really does depend on map number one and what happens there.
So interestingly, right? We thought that Force One Esports are not going to be ready on the map of split because we don't really see them play the map of split quite a lot.
Yeah,
But
that's the
interestingly,
thing.
in season one, I still remember in one of those games where Force One Esports went ahead and picked up the map of split as well. That game was so goddamn good that we were like, wait, why don't Force One Esports go ahead and play the map of split more often? But
Mhm.
that is the thing, right? You don't reveal absolutely everything you have on your sleeves. Sometimes you keep it for some late action as well. And when the time's right, you go ahead and pull out that card. You go ahead and put up the big W on the board. With that, we pretty much come at the end of the analyst desk for this match. We did get a lot of insights, and I feel as if the side of Force One Esports might have the advantage as well, just like these two gentlemen think. So, hoping to see an amazing game. We all three of us wish FSE Sports the best of luck, and the same for the side of Force One Esports as well. May the best team win. And with that, you guys are watching the LG Ultragear TEC Gauntlet Season 2 powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. We're going to be right back with you in the casters desk. The casters for the day are going to be Aggressive and Universe. So, yep, have fun, and we're going to be seeing you guys after the match.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, on the caster's desk of the Ultragear TEC Gauntlet Season 2, powered by W Black and AMD Ryzen Radiant. It's going to be your boy Aggressive with Universe on my side as we are back to cast this incredible matchup, ladies and gentlemen. So let's head on down over to the map video screen one more time and check out the battlegrounds of these two Goliaths of teams. And Universe, I want your thoughts on the map of Haven a little bit more in depth to say exactly why you feel like the side of Force One have the advantage here, because we touched upon it a little bit, but as we are going to be heading into Ascent, I want your thoughts on it as we head on down over to the agent selection.
I mean, I would say that Force One, just because of their experience of having played in quite a few of these maps quite a few times, they have that pure advantage of having that firepower. The way that they play is just absolutely great. Given Ascent or Haven, or any other map for that matter. But right now, we are heading into Ascent, which has been chosen by FSE Sports. And we're going to see what exactly is going to be the pick of agents from their side as well. Cactus has locked in the Raze, and which is quite a bit of a picking up sort of trend that we have been seeing. Raze being played on Ascent is slowly but surely increasing, as we've got Raze actually on both the sides. We've got Night Rider on the Jet, and we've got RVK on that Killjoy, which Assassin was talking about that A-shot position in tree. Yep. We also have the Killjoy on the other side, which is B2, both the players who were in the spotlight today. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be of more impact and more use to their team. The lineups on both the sides are exactly the same. The only thing it is going to be of difference today is whether or not the Sentinels who are in the spotlight are going to be making a difference, because there is the double duelist setup, the Raze and this Jet, which is something that I think is picked up recently. The Raze, not that usually played on Ascent, but looks like people are going for it a lot more now.
The Raze is something that, you know how I feel about the Raze. Like, it's not like I have an agenda against that character, but at the same time, on Ascent, I don't really know. You can get a lot of value out of her. You can do a lot as well, but at the same time, like, there are a lot of other characters that can do a lot more. For example, if you have a Phoenix, then you have a lot more controls. Hey, it's completely fine. It's completely dandy. Let's see what we can expect out of them, because it feels that the Force One, they're going in for that first initial what's right on the get-go, and this is going to be a massive rush heading on down through towards the side of mid here, ladies and gentlemen. And now, with all of the stacks holding down from inside of the side, Force One, they could be heading on down over onto a death trap if they're not careful, but the shots are just not connecting. My God! This is the crucial kill there. That's gonna hurt a lot, but at the same time, Smoke, the classic Ryzen is gonna be beautiful. Gets a level 2 dink and a slap to the face to take down a couple more. Cactus is gonna be able to find a Knight Rider as well. And the round that should have gone in the favor of the side of Force One just turned on its heels. And now it's down to a 3 versus 2 situation here, Universe. The round just started and so much action just pumped out of absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, there was a lot of action right up front, and now FS, although they've got the advantage, look at where Stargard is positioned, and he's going to get a kill for himself, and he pulls back the 2v2 situation for his team as the plan goes down. He is down low though, but he's got Rafa, who's on pretty good HP, 69, pretty nice, but I'm not quite sure how nice that's going to be when he's got bullets raining down on his face by the hands of B2 and Kohli. Yep, he does have the magic number. Let's see if he's got the magic bullets to make this work as well. Kohli trying to pick out the angles that he can and clear out every single nook and corner, as his teammate is right there with him, and they jump onto the side that got it cleared out completely actually. Under Heaven, they know they're not on side, they know that they're towards either main or short. They're waiting for it. Rafa finds the diffuser, and that's what he needed to do, and Rafa's gonna get another one as well. Kohli He did find one, but he was not able to translate that success onto Rafa, who made good work of the bullets that he had. And this round could have gone a lot more scarily for the side of F1 because Smoker, I think if he had got a third over there, that would have been round done and dusted.
Yeah, that was a little bit more difficult, but hey, Smoker did his best. He was able to do what he could to try and bring it back for his team, but hey, at the same time, it's just a pistol round. No harm, no foul. You got a couple of kills, you are a little bit closer to your ultimate, and hey, that could just be the silver lining, but let's see what they're going to be doing when they come down over onto this eco round in particular, though, Universe, because the thing about ecos on Ascent is that it's very much winnable if you're able to play your cards properly, but they're not really going in for stats and they're trying to go in and play for a pick. And it's gonna be Shibby holding it down strong with his own drone, gonna be able to clear out the entire thing, but RBK from the back lines, he spots out that first initial player. Smoker going in for a couple of pop jump, knows exactly where he is, but look at the position coming on down through the side of Cactus. Cactus can easily get away with this one, RBK. You just don't try and get a drop on this man. He can smell you coming from a mile away. RBK with 1 kill on one side, and it is going to be that Knight Rider going in for a couple of his own pop kills. So it's going to be good for one, though. That could be the only silver lining here, Universe, because now it's a fast rush down towards that A side, and a plant, and a round win for the side.
Last player standing.
Yeah,
Spike
definitely. Kohli, 22 HP, a frenzy, and a dream that is slowly but surely going to get shattered down if Knight Rider decides to push up from the door, and I don't think he's going to. Kohli, though, he has got players across all of the places that he would want to peek at. Short is the one place that he might not. Oh, no, wait, he will. There's nobody towards the right, but there is somebody towards the left, and it's going to be Scargod who takes him down, and it is going to be Force 1 to put up round number 2 on the board. And now that they're heading into the bonus, Force 1 actually looking pretty comfortable. That pistol round, even though it was a little hazardous in the beginning, they looked like they had stuff in control as Scargod and Rafa pulled that one out, and as a result, they've got this round as well. And now, Force 1 are looking to win out the bonus round against the full buy of FSE Sports, who look to hold on to the B side, because that's where I think Force 1 are looking to hit, and they look like they might want to hit it pretty fast.
Yeah, now, with the first buy round coming on down through with the side of FS, the real question is, how are they actually going to try to hold this? Are they going to play it aggressively? Are they going to play it defensively? And knowing the side of FS, especially when it comes down to the defensive side, they don't really play as aggressive unless they know for a fact that they can play that aggressive. If there is a crack in their opponent's armor, they're of course going to exploit it, but considering that it is the side of Force 1, it's going to be quite difficult to find that crack. So now they're just going to be playing it slow, they're just going to be playing it systematically, and the drone has been used by Shibby on towards the side of mid, and things are extremely slow here, ladies and gentlemen. Both of these teams, they understand that, hey, we need to test the limits and see if our opposition is going to be aggressive, are they going to be slow, and that's why we see this stalemate here. And this stalemate is very crucial to test the waters, especially on the first initial buy round. You cannot always go in for rushes, and the fact that both of these teams understand that just goes to show the level of experience that both of them have. But now with the fast rush coming on down towards that B side, Knight Rider, he was just not expecting that one tap to come on down from the side of B2, but at the same time, if he's holding an advanced position, he knows exactly where
left.
the head is going to be on prop up. If he does get spotted out, he does get one kill, but that's pretty much it. RBK with that alert on towards the side of mid, gets a kill on over towards the side of Cactus, even things out just a tiny little bit. And now, it's a 2 versus 3 situation. IGOD versus the entire world. Will he be able to get that kill? Not against Scargod with his
10
Scar
seconds
piece.
left.
Universe, I think that we can call this round a round win for the side of Yeah.
Just as you say it, it's happened, and there it is. RVK to secure his second and the last kill of the round as Force 1 win the bonus. And I mean, they don't look deterred at all, right? I mean, it's just like they're looking at it like just another day at the office. They're just, you know, moving around, bopping some heads, finding some kills, getting the nooks and corners that they need. And even though they're losing out a couple of players, they're going to be completely okay with it because they know that the rest of them have the potential to clutch this out. As the third round comes up for them, and another eco for the side of FS. And looks like it's going to be A that's going to be hit this time, as Knight Rider and Rafa try to extort the A main position, get some information, get some damage as well. But for FS have not given them anything, as RVK looking around mid. There's a push coming in, and he bops the head of Kohli. as the rest of his teammates move in towards A. Cactus actually finds the head of Knight Rider, and that could be pretty good for his team. All they need to do now is pick up that gun. That shock dart is not actually going to hit him, as a 4v4 situation is here, but still the advantage in FS, I would say, as they have the weaponry to fight this one out. Rafa eats a bullet to the head through the wall, but I think he's going to be okay. 55 HP, nothing to be worried about, as Force One decide where they want to go now, and looks like at the moment they're a bit confused and split across.
Playing it slow, they're playing it systematically, but how much of a systematic play do you really want to do against people who are on equal here? This is why I'm really scared. If you overthink the situation a little bit too much, it's gonna hurt you quite a lot, and B2 just drops one in the head. Beautifully done by him. Cactus wants to go in for one more kill of his own. It's not gonna be able to find that with that player, but still at the same time, he's versus the entire world right now. Will he be able to find something for himself? It's gonna be a real question. Should be on the back end. That's what on one of the players. It's gonna be king in the back seat. He's gonna be sent back to the spawn immediately. B2's gonna be good for a second kill, but that's pretty much it. I don't think he's gonna be getting anything more than that. Maybe one more kill at the bare minimum, but he doesn't even really need that when you consider the long scheme of things. Maybe do a little bit of eco damage, but it's not too much here. If he just dies out to one of the players at the bare minimum, he's gonna have his ultimate, have a strong start on their second buy round, moving on down the point. But at the same time, hey, he could clutch this one out as well. You never know, but this clutch is going to be quite difficult. But with a good start, getting a kill down onto Rafa, it's all up to Scargot. They shut everything down, but hey, I don't think B2 is going to risk it. He's just going to be making a run for it. Well played from his end. 4 kills, and hey, he gets the people gun as well.
Yeah, this eco is actually pretty damn good from the side of FS. They got 4 kills, and they've hurt the economy of Force One just how much they needed to, and look at that as a result. I mean, it's not damaged him too much, but RVK, if they lose this round, they're not going to have money to buy out the next one. He's probably going to have to ask for a drop. But hey, they're going to be okay, Force One. They've got 4 rounds, and pretty much what they were looking out for, as they're looking for a 5th now. And FS, they're a little bit on a topsy-turvy turf right now. As you got the Odin in action towards the B side. We're going to see if that works out for them, though. As iGuard peeking up towards mid with the operator. Might just find Rafa crossing. He actually finds Scarguard first. Dashes away. Scarguard could have probably waited for the boom bot to find some information, but hey, the trade comes in, but on the other side of the map, and it is a trade nonetheless. And here it is, another kill for Kohli, as he's right around the corner over here. Rafa is holding on to the angle inside that smoke. Kohli knows that there's a player on A main as well. They're lurking around this smoke over here. He drops in another star. He spots him out, Rafa, and he gets the kill. Rafa is too bloody good, dashes away, but he's gonna go down.
Spike down.
B2 finds both the kills. Jumping Rafa with that satchel is not gonna make a difference, as Knight Rider actually goes past. He actually gets the kill. He's although tagged down. 1v2 situation. Knight Rider, we've seen him pull off these clutches multiple times before. The Odin in action, he hears it now, and now he knows that he's pretty much gonna be vulnerable across the walls as well. As Smoker, he gets spotted out, gets a few bullets spammed into his direction. Nothing that's gonna connect though. Knight Rider getting spotted out again, and he tucks himself into this right side corner. He's holding for the cross. He wants the head of Smoker before he goes for that plant. He doesn't know where the other player is. He's looking towards mid, but what he doesn't have right now is a luxury of time. He needs to go for this plant, and he's gonna go right in for it. Smoker comes in. He's gonna find the kill. It's gonna be FS to put up round number 1 on the board.
Yeah, good usage of time there from the side of FS. Knew exactly what they needed to do, but at the same time, man, you were just saying that, hey, Rafa is absolutely indestructible, and then B2's like, hey, what did you say about Rafa? Why aren't you saying that about me? Pops out of the corner, gets a beautiful tap onto RVK and Rafa as he was flying in through the air. That does not happen unless you're the stealth bomber known as B2. FS, they perform really well, not even having to use a single ultimate here to try and hold on to their defensive side. Really well done from their end to keep this in check, because having ultimates on the map it's very crucial, because this map is very much ultimate based. Because if you have those ultimates, you can go in for plays that would not have been possible.
Oh boy, okay.
Smoke up! He's doing our favorite play here, Universe. Yes, that Odin.
Right here.
You all.
Right here.
Oh, that's gonna hurt Rafa. Pretty sure he did not want to go down like that, as the rest of his teammates are still towards B. And here comes Hunter's Fury. Smoker's got his teammate to support him as he takes down the lockdown. He tries to find a little bit of damage as well, but he's not going to get anything, as the Force 1 squad are looking to move towards A shot now, where we've got a Cactus with a Judge. How often do you hear that sentence?
Cactus with a Judge. Hey, that's gonna be one of the prickliest judges that we've ever seen in our lives, but we know what one is not gonna be prickly. It's gonna be Igon's aim. Absolutely beautiful. Getting one kill down from the silent Cactus, being able to pop the head of Nitrite on as well. Add a little bit of salt to the wound here, Cactus, by using that Judge and making Nitrite rage a tiny little bit. Smoker's gonna get another kill with that Odin in his hand, and poor old Shibby versus the entire world. Spots out one of the heads, gonna be able to take down Igon, but he gets taken in the process as well. The reaction time absolutely clean from the side of Igon. B2's gonna be able to finish the job though with his own headshot with that round. 2 and 4 on the scorecards, ladies and gentlemen. And it feels like the first comeback for the side of FS has already begun. And just as you stated there, Universe, the fact that they lost out on that round put them in such a bad situation that a lot of their members, they can't even go in for proper buys.
Yeah. Force 1, they've given away 2 rounds, but I don't think they're gonna have a lot of problem with that, as they've got... I mean, it's a pretty awkward buy. It's a semi-buy, but it's something that Force 1 are pretty good with, even if it's not that great in the overall terms of speaking. As that recon dot comes in from the side of FS, completely nullified. A little bit of chipping damage onto Knight Rider. He's out of 7 points of armor and 91 points of health, but he's going to be okay with that. As Scargod actually looking up towards mid, he has a lot of space to play with. Nobody's going to actually spot him out over there. Maybe that turret will. He's been waiting for that. He smokes it off for himself as he goes in deeper into enemy lines. They should have an idea about what he's doing over here, Scargod, as the rest of Force 1 make their way towards A shot and A. They're clearing out vines, and here's a big A attack coming in with the back of Scargod holding on the rotational lines. Here it is.
Oh, no.
They run in. Rafa finds one kill and gets shaded off immediately. There's Nitrate to fight off, and Igod is doing a very good job at holding down the side by himself. He gets 2 kills, and that A push has been completely nullified. Scargod will find B2's kill though, but he's immediately shaded off by the Alter
One enemy
Astra
remaining.
on the other side,
30 seconds
as Kohli will find a second for himself, leaving Shivy alone on the F1 side to die out by the hands of Igod, who did a very good job at holding down that A side with that elevated position of his. And honestly, FS, they're slowly getting back into this game, looking pretty strong.
Yeah, they're slowly but surely they are gonna be getting there. And hey, do you see what's in the hand of Igor right now? It is gonna be his operator. And now, before we were saying that, hey, they're slowly getting into the game. Now, for sure, they're getting into it. But at the same time, what I did not really like was the fact that they opted to go in for those semi-buys. Yes, they have enough money to go in for the buy in this round, but it would have been better to save in the last round so that you could have gone in for consecutive buys on 2 rounds straight instead of just banking everything on this one particular round. They didn't really want to take that risk, so I guess it's completely fine. But at the same time, this is their last legs. If they lose out on this round here, Universe, that's almost a guaranteed 3 and 6 scoreline. That's going to be a guaranteed 5 and 4 scoreline, sorry, for the side of FS. They don't really want to give that away, not just yet. Because now, all of these teams, they're playing slow, they're playing systematic, but at the same time, Knight Rider, you cannot peek at corner like that. That's going to hurt a lot, but at the same time, it's going to be pull out the bamboos away, getting a kill down on the Knight Rider instead. Coleman's going to be good for 1 kill, chasing down his own twin sister, and with that, it's going to be another round. That's going to be another kill, sorry, on the board for the side of FS, but at the same time, RBK, he wanted to sneak past that turret. He gets one on out, but still, he's going to be able to get that kill. Looking for a couple of more, knows exactly where B2 is, swings around the corner. He's going to be able to find out Colin instead, and with that, the round starts so beautifully for the side of FS. But Universe, in a matter of a second, it just turned around. What just happened here?
Whatever happened, it was Force 1's doing, and they've got the reset for themselves as Cactus has been spotted out, and they now know that there's a player probably towards defender side spawn and one in market. But it really doesn't matter because they're going to come into the side in the same direction because they've got only 2 ways to get in, and one of which is got Rafa standing in it, and he takes down one, jumps into the side, and it's gonna be RVK to get a third. The hero of this round for them. He got those 2 kills by lurking in so cheekily. First kill onto Smoker, the second kill as well towards the market position, and the third in the end to shut out this round. As Force 1 are going to be responding back finally as they put up round number 5 after giving up 3 themselves. And hopefully they would be thinking of not giving up anymore, because if you give FS too much space, you can see that they're going to be punishing them quite harshly there too as well.
Yeah, there's a reason why RBK is the clutch god for the side of Force 1. And you can already see, if he was not able to get those 2 kills as he was working on down towards that B side, those 2 kills were absolutely impossible, by the way, and very difficult to do. But the fact that he was able to get that just opened up the entire side for the side of Force 1 and go in for a possible win for themselves, because that win was really difficult to handle. But at the same time, Cactus, I don't think he expects this. The timing was in the favor of Knight Rider, and Knight Rider actually walked in towards the angle of Wines. He's not going to be expecting it, but at the same time, he spots out the head of Rafa. He just asking him to beat that corner. Poor old Igon tries to dash away, but accidentally dashes forward instead. But still, hey, it's completely fine. Scar got whipped a little bit because he was afraid and he didn't really expect him to be in that angle. So it's completely fine and dandy. Both of them survive, gets a little bit of information for each other at the bare minimum. They're going to be able to hold it down strong. Cactus peeks around the corner just a tiny little bit to get a little bit of information for himself. But hey, it's completely fine. Now the ultimates are going to be popped, and the first initial engagement and the first initial kill is already on the map. But at the same time, Universe, the first kill happened at 39 seconds, which is quite a lot of time.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely is. As now F1, they have the advantage. They've got the spike planted. Here comes the response. There it is, another one. It's like a back and forth series, but FS are on the back lines of it. Rafa makes B2 eat his bullets. He gets 2. The lockdown is going to go down for both the sides over here. No one has been detained for... no, one player has been detained for the side of the defenders. As the attack comes, there's nobody been detained. There it is. FS. Igor will actually find 1 kill. Kohli finds another. Are we going to trade back? There's a lot of bullets that were being fired, and now it is F1 to come out on top of it as they find round number 6 for themselves. And it is the side of Force 1 who've done a pretty good job at pulling out that A execute. It looked like it... FS actually kind of like almost gave it away. The retake, I mean, it didn't look clean at all, did it?
FS, I believe that they didn't really expect Rafa to be on that short position, but at the same time, the trade should have really been there. I feel as though there was a slight communication gap between Smoker and Igor peeking around that corner, so it really did hurt them in the long run, but it's completely fine. They nearly pulled out the round, but you have to give credit where credit is due, Universe, because just look, did you see that recon ball from the side of Shibi? He did it preemptively to go inside of the smoke, so as soon as the smoke plays down, he was already ready to go in for that shot, and I got he was not expecting it for even a second. So, like, you have to give credit where credit is due. Really well played round from the side of Force 1, but at the same time, these rounds are being literally given away towards their head, but at the same time, a double dig to the forehead from the side of Colin, and Knight Rider is like, oh my god, my head is ringing right now. We need to get out of here. 66 HP. Yeah, it's just about getting out of here as of right now, but at the same time, I don't like this turret placement from the side of RBK. Icon could easily get a couple of cheeky kills for himself because there is nothing watching the flank, and with no information from the side of Force 1, they don't know what to expect here, but Cactus!
Spike down B.
Universe.
Wow. I have no words, my man. I have no words. Okay, Icon! He comes up out of nowhere and he pops 3 heads just like it was nothing. Smoker had sorted that and Force 1 fallen apart in the round where they probably should have had the easiest victory. But, I mean, this is the magic of Thrifties, I believe. This is the magic of Force Spice. This is the magic of Jet Knives, indeed. RVK pulls 1 head, but he does not have time to pull out the others, I believe. He's got the spike, but... the B side is where he looks to be running towards. He does not get up the spike because he knows he needs the kills at this point. He's got 3 players waiting for him. Tries to pop 1, gets 1 more, but that's all it's going to be. 3 players were there waiting for him. 1 was probably the max that he was going to get, and that's all he got. As FS actually pull in a beautiful round on the backs of iGod, getting 3 knife kills. I don't even know how he got them, but this guy did a hell of a job for his team.
Honestly, I feel as though Cactus is like, hey buddy, I'm gonna transfer my aim to you, use me as bait, and make sure you get these 3 kills. Cactus swings around the corner. It's completely fine that he misses a couple of his shots with the Sheriff, because honestly the Sheriff is the most inconsistent gun in the entirety of Valorant in my eyes. The amount of times I've gotten aces with that gun is comparable to the amount of times that I've missed it. That's how difficult that gun is from time to time, and that's how inconsistent it can be. But hey, if I got to be able to pull it off, he's gonna be absolutely beautiful! But just as we were talking about something beautiful, look at Rafa, man. And look at Knight Rider. Satchel's in from one side, acts like a fake flash, and Knight Rider's like, don't worry about it, I'm gonna swing the corner absolutely beautifully and pop a persist right in the forehead. That's gonna be another kill on the board. Put aside, of course, one, ladies and gentlemen, and this could just be semi-buy. No, a thrifty for a thrifty pretty much, because they just picked up the guns off the floor.
Gun here.
Yeah, but I mean, it was all on the backs of one ultimate. Last time it was the jet knives. This time it was Rafa's showstopper, and that's all they needed. And now they're looking for these remaining weapons as well. Scargod running around with a ghost, completely unmoved by the fact that he's gonna probably face off a couple of vandals or phantoms, and Biju is gonna feed him a couple of bullets from his own. As FS, the last 2 players standing are trying to hide for their weapons and for their lives, but they're gonna get spotted out now. There's gonna be bullets raining down. Avike finds one head. Kohli gets him back as Shivi around the corner is gonna try to find him, but it's gonna be Knight Rider who's gonna spam him through the wall and find his kill. As they pick up weapons that they need, Force 1 are looking raring to go to put up that 8-4 scoreline on the board for the last round now. As they've got 7th, and they've put the side of FS in a forced by situation where they've got a Sheriff, Spectre with half armor, not too much utility to work with either, an Operator on the hands of Smoker, not Igor this time, and pretty much a weird buy that is come out of desperation as the last round comes up, and FS need that 75, but I don't know if they're gonna get it.
Yeah, trying to get this 7 and 5 here, it's not gonna be something that they can do pretty much easily, and it all really does depend on Smoker getting a couple of kills with his own Operator. He's able to open something up at the bare minimum, get that 1 kill with that op. It's just gonna be beautiful, but at the same time, look at down what's happening towards the other side of the map. Everyone has already pushed their way in down towards that A side, and with the other B side already being held out strong, Rafa gets his own pain shells by accident. Ladies and gentlemen, it has all happened. Showstopper kills and now grenade kills. And Smoker getting one for himself on towards the side of lurking RDK with that Operator. Shots are going to be absolutely clean from both sides, ladies and gentlemen. But at the same time, Shibby, he's stuck in a pretty precarious situation. He gets caught out. He's not going to be able to find him. The dodges are going to be beautiful. But at the same time, Igon on the other side. Going to be able to take down one Cactus from the back. It's going to be able to redeem himself. Get a couple of good pop shots and a couple of digs to the forehead with that bat. Take down another one. 7 and 5 on the scorecards, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the rounds were really messy, but hey, if you're able to win it out, it's completely fine.
Looks like Cactus himself wanted a kill of his own teammate as well. Rafa, unfortunately, I don't know if he was on a suicide bomber mission, but that clearly looked like the case. He went in and unfortunately fighting for his teammates and some space, he gave up his own life to his own grenade. And I'm pretty sure that everybody in chat is gonna have a pretty good time talking about that one, as we've got Force 1 giving away the last round, 7-5 scoreline now. I'm not too sure that it's gonna hurt them too much, because I know that they can they've got their defensive setup coming in next, and that's exactly where these guys shine a bit more than their attack. And RVK, he's already leading the charge over there along with Rafa. So yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot of killjoy setups that we're gonna see. That's just gonna be maybe another Nano Swarm 4K coming in. You never know.
Yeah, we never know just yet, but at the same time, Universe, what we do know is that the side of Force 1, they have all of the advantages, and now they're on the defensive side. When you're on the defensive side here, especially on this map, it's really difficult to try and break into it if you have a strong defensive hold, that is. If you don't play over-aggressive, if you're playing constantly to play for those trades, you have the best possible advantage compared to your opposition. But the fact is, side of FS, they're second-guessing themselves way too much. The fact that they second-guess themselves a little bit too much down on their own defensive side, like, it scares me a little bit to expect what's going to be happening here. But from what I have seen on the defensive side, I believe that they should be able to perform really admirably on the attacking side, but they need to work out the kinks that, hey, we need to go in for a change. We need to be a lot more confident in the way we take a lot of our different engagements, because I feel as though the confidence is lacking unless they're going in for a full-scale rush. The fact that they're playing this slow and they have no confidence in doing it could just be their downfall, especially because they're on their attacking side.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. And now Force 1, they're gonna have to defend this push coming in, which is actually kind of split around. They got two of their duelists towards B. They've got one player down mid who is looking up towards A shot, and both mid actually, the Sova, that is Smoker, and they've got two of their players, that is Sentinel and the controller, B2 and Cody, towards A. And I'm not quite sure where exactly FS are looking to land up in this pistol round. As I think they're trying to read the waters over here. They're seeing where exactly Force 1 looking to push around, who's playing where, and they spotted out Scargod. They know where he is. They know where Rafa is too. I'm pretty sure that Smoker saw him, and that's exactly why he's fighting up those bullets. He doesn't have Knight Riders there, as the B side looks like they are moving in towards that place. FS over here. They've got 3 players, and the players who were on A are rotating in as well. There it is. It's that shock dart that rained in immediately after that turret spotted out these players, but it's not going to give any damage. As Smoker's clearing out every single angle he can with his drone. He clears it out all the way towards defender side spawn actually. Igor dashes in, gets the market door closed down for his team. Little bit of damage from his own Vase's nade, but that's going to be okay as they're running in towards the B side full-fledgedly. Shivy, one man towards the backside to put up a RVK. He's going to get one heads in, and Force 1 are holding this down so very well. And Knight Rider, a 3K for him, hits a nade. Does he go down? Yes, he will. Rafa gets another team kill.
Okay,
Look at his head. Rafa, it's okay. It's alright. It's not too much of a problem. I'm pretty sure Knight Rider's not going to feel too bad about that. He just lost a classic, but I think Rafa got a little mad that he got all the kills by himself.
What I really want to know here, though, Universe, is because I don't personally know. I never really tested this out myself. It just dawned on me. If you die to your teammate, do you get an extra ultimate point?
I don't think so.
Imagine if it actually was the case that Rafa did the most 5-head move ever, and we could actually justify it. But at the same time, hey, what we can really justify is Jimmy getting a shock dart kill on towards the side of Smoker. So Smoker, yeah, he's gonna be a little bit sad to say the very least, but at the same time, a couple of pop shots from the side of Knight Rider could just cheer him up here. But let's just see. Because it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, a Spectre going into the hands of the side of the attackers, and it's all up to Shimi to try and go in for a difference maker. Rafa's going to be able to go in for a couple kills for himself. Scargod with his own Scarpeak. He's going to be able to take down B2, and hey, the round started off promisingly, but at the same time, I would say, yeah, it was a decent ego, 2 kills, so nothing really much to complain about. I would say they just really needed that spike plan for it to be a perfect eco without winning out the round, of course.
Yeah. FS, they got 2 kills, they dropped 2 weapons, and pretty much that's a pretty decent eco round for them. They're gonna hurt a little bit onto the side of F1, but not too much that they can't handle. So now, as a result of that, even though they've got 9 rounds on the board, F1, they're gonna have to face off a full buy coming in from the side of FS, which is actually 3 players are reduced to half armor, unfortunately, and now they're gonna have to play along with that from the side of FS. But I don't think it's gonna be a problem given their weaponry. They've been spotted out towards a shot. Rafa throws in the boom bot for good measure to try to give some damage. It gets broken down as the boom bot from the other side also gets broken down. Cactus and his teammates giving a lot of sound, but look who's on the prowl. It's gonna be Knight Rider. He spots one, but he gets taken down. Cactus aware of this push, and it just makes sure that he's gonna get another one as well. He throws in another hole into the plans of Force 1 as the B2 is gonna add on to the missing RBK. Igor is gonna feel that right where the sun don't shine, and although Rafa's left alone, Igor, my word, I'm pretty sure he looked at the screen and he just said, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, you just don't expect that to happen to you. But hey, if you have RBK on your opposition, doesn't matter if it's a ranked game, doesn't matter if it's a pro game, he's always gonna be able to just the timing not favoring Rafa there. He wanted to check down the forward corner. He was trying to go in for a plan in his head. And right in the middle of it all, it's going to be Smoker coming in with a wrench and just throwing it straight at Rafa on his head, taking him out in a very beautiful fashion. 6 and 9 on the scorecards here, ladies and gentlemen. And the side of FS, they're slowly but surely trying to go in for a turn, trying to make something happen for themselves, but I don't know. I feel as though on this round where it is going to be a proper buy once again from the side of Force One, other than Chibi, of course, because he's going to be forced onto that Stinger. That operator in the hands of Knight Rider could just be the biggest game changer for all of us.
Maybe. Now we're gonna have to see what exactly is gonna be the plan of Force One, FS particularly, because they're looking like they want to hit A. Kargot pulls them in a little bit, but nobody is gonna be in the center of that gravitational pull. They dodge clear of it. They're gonna clear out Vines as well, as iGod is looking like he wants to take the first battle over here towards the A side. He's got Cactus right alongside him, and both the duelists want to spam every single angle they can, but Rafa's gonna be looking at the bullets going towards the other side, as he's sitting safely. Calls it out to his team that there's 2 players over here at the bare minimum, and that they need to probably rotate over here. That's exactly why they've left Knight Rider alone towards the B main side. And we've got 1 player looking up at mid. They've got 2 players looking up at short, as FS look like they really want to hit this A side.
Slowly but surely making that push happen, but going past RBK, the anchor for the side of Force One is going to be absolutely almost impossible, because now Smoker, he's on his lonesome, he throws out a recon bolt, gonna be able to get one from that on the Scarlet, but will he get another one on towards RBK, but nope! Icarus gonna be coming on down towards the backup. Icon though from the silence gonna be able to go in for a beautiful one thing, catch Rafa off guard, being able to take him down almost immediately, but the spike is literally no man's land, and there's an operator holding that spike down with a couple of shot darts being rained from the side of the ship. 7 seconds left on the clock. So much utility in the hands of the side of the defenders. Yeah, there's no way you're getting onto that spike and trying to pick that up. Everyone, and I mean everyone, died on short game. There is no way you win this round without any form of short control.
Yeah, Force One, what a beautiful hold. RVK, that man is just too damn good, man. Whether he's playing that Sheriff, he's playing a Vandal, he's holding down A shot, he's holding down B, whatever he plays, he's just really bloody good. And that clearly was a showcase of his skill right there. They know exactly when to use utility, they know exactly when to use their guns, and that's exactly why Force One is led by the charge of RVK, who's right on top again with the Sentinel in his hands. This is something that with Force One is a usual sight. With other teams could be, you know, a uncommon recurrence. Maybe once in a week or twice in a week, maybe 3 times in a week, you're going to see a Sentinel come out on top for any team. But RVK, I think it's more of an almost every other day. Yeah, constant occurrence. And even if he's not top fragging, he's always around that top 3 mark. And he's not too far off.
But just as Assassin stated, remember back in the analysis, that he is that person that will consistently drop 50 to 20 bombs, doesn't matter what game he's in. Even if the side of Force One are losing, he's going to be able to drop that 20 bomb. There's a reason why we call him the anchor and the backbone of the side of Force One, and you can already see why. The way he's able to get entry kills, the way he's able to pull down different sightlines, it just is so crucial, and he's part of the identity of the side of Force One, because I personally cannot imagine a Force One without him. So let's just see what he's going to do on this round in particular, because already you can see the entirety of FS, they're going in for the same strat all over again, and this strat could either be, make it or break it for them, or it could just fall on their heels, because there is absolutely no one down towards that A side lace in the element, and Stargog could easily go in for a but he's just not going to be able to find it, completely find it, and the RPK is going to be able to get that first initial trade off. That's going to be absolutely beautiful! Knight Rider? It's a wrist okay, Knight Rider with a second, RBK with a third. He's gonna be able to finish everything off. B2 is gonna be able to take down the operator, but there's not really a lot of time. He's all on his lonesome, and they know exactly where B2 is. Holding on down from the angle of Wine, gets a beautiful headshot onto Rafa, but that's all that he's gonna be able to find, because his own twin sister is ready to take him on down. 6 and 11 on the scorecards, and Knight Rider, what was that flick, man? You had no business getting that kill.
I mean, he expected him at the right time. Absolutely brilliant from the side of Knight Rider over there. Yeah, but RVK though, honestly, again, the hero. Look at this one. He knew, he just exactly knew where exactly he's gonna come. He heard him jumping up, I believe, and that's exactly why he knew that he's gonna get that kill. First one, they put up 11 on the board now, and wow, honestly, what a beautiful performance from them. They've got FS on the backs, against the sidelines, against the backlines, whatever lines it is. It's something that is going to be pricking them for quite a while on their bodies, as FS are looking to scout something out of this. They're looking to change the approach now. They move towards mid, picking a page out of Force One's book themselves. They locked on their door. Smoker's going to clear out every single angle all the way towards the defender side spawn, as Shivi actually was not spotted. The door has been broken down. Nitrata looking in the right direction. He's still in that angle actually. Now he jumps down, as they know where exactly they're heading. FS a little confused. I'm not quite sure what they're waiting for. Okay, that's what they were waiting for. They're waiting for that ultimate coming in from B2. It's going to be immediately taken down, I believe, from the side of Shivi. He takes it down. Nitrata gets the first kill. Rafa gets another. Nitrata and Rafa. The duel is making work happen, as Shivi gets the last one. B2 again, the only one to get a kill, is gonna make sure that FS do not run down that round, giving away a flawless. But hey, you do not want to give away the round itself, is what I think they should be believing in, as the match point comes up aggressive, and I think this might just be the end.
Yeah, this could just be the end for the side of FS. And we were really talking about this as well, because when you consider the defensive side of the side of Force 1, there are forces to be reckoned with. It's really difficult to go past RBK, but when you have players like Shivi, Knight Rider, and then Scargod working in well-oiled cohesion with one another, it just turns into an impossible task entirely. Rafa, he has a rocket on his shoulders, could easily throw this one out, throw it straight in the area where he expected IGOT to go into. But IGOT's gonna be able to get a double kill for himself, change up the entire dynamic of this fight. And IGOT, he could just be as the savior and hero for the side of FS if he's able to close the door and try and survive this engagement. It is going to be a couple of pop shots being taken by the side of Knight Rider. He nearly got that kill as well, though. But look at RVK, slowly but surely lurking on down forward. Smoker's going to be able to get that kill down on the Scargod on towards the other side, though. Sitting it down over to a 2 versus 3 situation. Slowly but surely the intensity of this last round for the side of FS is going to be ramping on up. But the fact is, Force 1, they're spread out on 2 different sidelines. And I mean, it's a big if here. If Knight Rider dies, it could just be done and dusted. He has an operator so he can make a play happen. But yeah, it's pretty much done and dusted now. It's already over. Knight Rider better to save that gun. Or he could just possibly go in for a try with that operator and maybe go in for a couple of quick scopes for a play on our Instagram. So make sure to follow us on Instagram, ladies and gentlemen. Because if you want Knight Rider to go in for this clutch, you have to follow us.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna go in for this. He's looking for the exit facts because he knows that the time is running against him. It is a race against time, and a race that I don't think he knows that he's gonna win, but he still gets a flick. What a beautiful shot. He goes in for the dash. He got a little ambitious, but he's gonna give away his life. He got 2 kills. He dropped 2 weapons. That's all he needed, as FS are going to put up another round on the board, actually, as they survive for another round. They've got 7-12 now, but given the state of things that F1 have in their favor, they still have a complete full kitted buy for themselves. They've got armor, they've got utility, they've got even the operator still available on the hands of Knight Rider. It's still a round that I would again believe that F1 has it, but hey, never say never. FS, if you want to take us to overtime, this is the round where you start doing it all.
Ooh, I like that Nanoswarm lineup from the side of B2. Well placed, straight on position, and he's always going to be able to find it. But at the same time, hey, it doesn't really matter because Knight Rider with an operator, he's going to be able to go into positions that he didn't even know were even possible here. Knight Rider is going to be able to get himself back out of the bare minimum, doesn't really get damage whatsoever. So, man advantage going in the favor of the side of Force 1. How will they try and circumvent this problem? Because now without Cactus, they don't have that firepower that they normally would have had in their arsenal.
There's a lot of utility being exchanged. Smoker with the 100, he's not gonna find any success, but I got with the operator will. He gets the kill onto Knight Rider, and that's all they needed for now. FS They have 50 seconds to work with. Skargod is in a pretty good position, but it looks like it's going to be of no use as FS decide to do otherwise. They're going to go towards B, where Rafa is waiting for them. And he's got a little bit of utility available for himself.
Nice
Shivi
shot.
comes in, finds one kill, and he's got the advantage back for his team. Rafa holding onto the backside
30
by
seconds
himself.
left.
Shivi's coming in for his support as FS are running behind with time now. Actually, this is that shot. Pretty uncharacteristic. He got that beautiful shot on to Knight Rider. Beto is going to take care of Rafa. Rafa not going to be finding any of success that he would have wanted to on the back of that B side. But Igor is
Last
going to
player
do
standing.
it by himself. B2 gets another kill and forced one. I mean, looks like they're almost throwing this one away. Skargod.
Maybe.
Potential clutcher. He's spotted fully out. He looks for the spam. He's not gonna get it. 6 bullets. He might
time.
want to reload. This is the time if you want to reload. This is the time you do it, Skargod. You've got a player looking in your direction and you know exactly where to look, but he's gonna not be able to get that kill. B2 superior angle, crush down, is gonna find his head as FS now put Force 1 in an eco situation.
Yeah, this is not a spot that you really do want to be in, especially when you are at match point. Because honestly, Universe, how many times have we have seen a team be at match point and then just throw it all away because they got a little bit too overconfident? Way too many times to count, and this is where a lot of comebacks do happen. That could cause a lot of problems down the line. So I really want to see a little bit more of a change from the side of Force 1. Play it a lot more systematically and a lot more slow. They're giving up sides way too easily, and the fact that they're giving up sides this much could just be their downfall moving on down the line if they're not careful.
Yeah, the B-side push has already been called in by Nitro, as we can see that there is a lot of pressure coming in towards B. Nitro have been spotted out. Actually, it's a couple of bullets as well. Okay, that was kind of impressive from the side. Nitro trying to find success. He's not going to. He's going to get detained, but he makes sure that he gets one kill before he goes down at the very least. Igor is going to eat a blade straight to the face as Force 1 have lost 2 players. Rafa on the back lines is going to go down to B2's Vandal as well. They run in, they want the kills, they want this round to be over as soon as possible because FS are trying to find that overtime in their hands. They want to take it all the way. And they want to pull out the map that they've chosen. Okay, okay. Alright. Yeah, no. No, 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 no.
Oh.
No. No.
Yeah. There's only one thing that you can say to RBK, man. Just no.
No.
You don't do them dirty like that. That is not how it has to happen. At RBK, the fact that we're able to hit those 2 disgusting Sheriff 1-taps, that just asserts a lot of dominance on them. I understand you're mad, but don't take out your anger like that. Just look at the replay one more time. Pop, pop. He's just popping heads as if he's just putting microwave. Like he's trying to microwave some pop. Like, what is exactly happening? RBK, like, we've seen this Sheriff 1-tap happen over and over again, but every single time we see it, it's just a treat all the time. Doesn't really matter what it is, he's always able to deliver. But at the same time, I got a little bit too over-aggressive here, don't you think so, Universe? Like, he got the information, he just should have dipped out, especially against an operator.
Yeah, Force 1, they're going to be forcing the issue as a shot rush looking desperate from the side of FS. RVK gonna be able to hold on to that position for a little while with his nano swarms being activated, but Cactus is gonna take in a little bit of a forward position, and here comes the defender Killjoy's ultimate. They put the lockdown down.
Beautiful.
Skargod finds one head, make that another, make that a third. Skargod, he's making things work as the last man standing again is B2, but this time he's not going to survive. It's going to be Skargod with a 4K, and the Scar Peak, which has been elusive for pretty much all of this match, has come into play as he shuts it down, and it is going to be Force 1 to get map number 1 into their own hands after a little bit of work. They gave out a couple of rounds at the end over there. I mean, it is Force 1 to win it out for sure, but I don't think that they would have wanted to give out those last 3 rounds that they did. But hey, Force 1, a beautiful job indeed at the very end. RVK, honestly, that guy, I do not know what to tell about him. He is an absolute beast player. Even in rounds where he's not supposed to find 1 kill, he just goes tuck tuck, 2 shots of the Sheriff, 2 kills just like that. And wow, I mean, Force 1, beautiful play.
Honestly, you have to remember that it's RBK. We call him the Sheriff God for a reason here, ladies and gentlemen. But at the same time, hey, he has his own energy drink to make it all happen. So get yourself a can of Red Bull. You saw the QR code down below. It's going to be showing up soon enough as well. Make sure to scan that. Get yourself a can of Red Bull. Get yourself energized if you want to hit Sheriff headshots like RBK. Just as you saw, he's one of those players that can always turn the tides of a battle. But hey, we're going to see that once more as we do head on down over to the LG Ultragear match highlights. So let's try and break everything down from a bird's eye view and see what exactly happened and why the side of Force One just absolutely took it all away when it came down to their own defensive side, because it was a really promising start for the side of FSE Sports. But the fact is, right at the very end, they just started crumbling under a lot of the pressure, and it felt like their team play and coordination that they were showing previously just absolutely disappeared right at the very end. I got going in for swings that he really shouldn't have been going for, trying to play it. He should have tried to play it a little bit more slow, playing with his team instead of trying to go on his lonesome. And I believe that right at the very end, the pressure got to the side of FSE Sports and they just crumbled under it. While Force One, they just got better, and better. The more pressure you put on them, it felt like the better they were performing as a team, the more shots they were hitting right at the very end. And that's something that should not be happening, especially when you are two teams that are known to be the best in their entire region.
Yeah, absolutely. Force One, they absolutely dominated this game. First half, not so much as they would have wanted to. 7-5 half is something that I'm pretty sure that I mean, it's all right for Force One standards. It's not that great though. The one thing that they did give away was quite a bit of information actually in that first half. The way they were playing, it was pretty good. Like rounds like these where I got completely went ham with that blade storm of his. They got a lot of rounds, with just a couple of pistols as well.
Yep.
FSE Sports and Force One. These are rounds that they should be winning without too much effort at all, and they gave it away. But even though they lost these rounds, they came back strong, and they won this one out completely. So kudos to Force One. Absolutely very well tried by FS, but this was definitely a match that was going to be difficult for them. And as you can see, 13-9 scoreline. Fight was definitely put up on the side of FS, but the fight just couldn't last long enough for it to go to an overtime, as Force One have forced the issue and shut it down in their own very, I would say mutilating fashion in the very end. Scar got especially the connoisseur of that mutilation that he gave the beautiful.
Yeah,
4K.
right at the very end.
Yeah, but absolutely, what a beautiful match from them. And now it's for us to see whether or not FS are going to be pulling back Haven, which is the pick of Force One. But honestly, I'm a little worried for them because Force One, they're a beast on Haven just as much they were on here Ascent right now.
Yeah, Haven is one of those maps where you really don't want to face off against Force One, especially when you have your backs against the wall on a 1-0 scoreline in this entire set. The things are not looking right for the side of FSE Sports, but hey, they could just turn everything around. They could just pull off the biggest upset that we know and take out Force One on map number 2. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to be seeing that just yet because we need to be heading on down over to a short break. We'll set everything up and we'll be back with you real shortly with the LG Ultragear TEC Gauntlet Season 2, powered by W Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. We'll catch you in just a little bit. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We took a short break, but we are back for the Ultragear TEC Gauntlet Season 2, powered by W Black and AMD Ryzen Radiant. And hey, we got energized. We got ourselves a can of Red Bull that you should get as well by checking out the QR code down below. Scan it and get yourself a can of Red Bull as well. Get yourself energized because hey, we're gonna get strapped in for an action-packed game because here on Haven, with the backs against the wall, the side of FS, they need to pull off a miracle here. So let's head on down over to the map video screen one more time to see the map of Haven. Because honestly, Universe, I'm kind of dreading this because considering the track record and the statistics of the side of Force One, they are the ones that should win out everything. It's not a bias here, it's just the statistics talking about everything here.
Yeah, I mean, statistically, I would say that Haven is a map where Force One have been pretty dominant. But hey, it's all for us to see how exactly it all goes down. If FS are going to take us to a map number 3 or not in Split. For now, though, it's the agent selection that has popped up in front of our screens as we've got B2 locking in that Cypher and Cactus this time around going for the Jet. iGod is probably going to be switching places with him. As the other side of things, you've got Rafa with the Sky as usual, which he plays on Haven, and the single duel is set up by the hands of Nitrida, who should be locking in the Jet any second now. RVK is with the famed Cypher now, something that we all have to see as. On the other side of things, Smoka's locked in the Sova, and it should be pretty much a similar lineup on both sides, except for the fact that I think that FS are probably not going to go for a Sky.
Thing is, what I don't really like about this double initiator composition is the fact that they like to play it a little bit aggressively when it comes down to the map of Haven. They don't really like to take things a lot more slower, which is what should happen, especially when you have a double initiator composition. Yes, you can play it aggressively, but at the same time, these aggressive plays could just backfire. But at the same time, I didn't really expect this here. Universe, they went in for the exact same composition with a double initiator. And I'm very sure that the side of FSE Sports, they never actually used this. So it's like a massive question mark in my eyes. Who's going to be playing this composition better? Could it be the underdogs pulling off a miracle here? Or will it be the old tried and tested team having a lot more experience running this composition, be able to take it all away?
I am still going to go ahead and say that this is still Force One's map to take. They definitely have the upper hand given that they've played with this composition. They've played with this lineup a couple of times, a lot of times actually, and they've practiced with it as well. I'm not quite sure what FS are doing. They're trying to pull a fast one on Force One. Let's see what happens because we've got Haven underway, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the players in the server. We're going to be starting off the match any second now as FS look to pull out all the way to map number 3 to split, to at least maybe gather 1 point in their bag, as Force One look to shut this one out quickly because I'm pretty sure that they are looking very, very good, as the momentum will be going in from map number 1 to map number 2, as they are the players who have the advantage, and they are also the players who are I would say pretty feared on this map.
They're one of those teams that have cemented themselves to be a dominant force in this map in particular. And this is such a crucial map to have under your belt as well. Because if you have Haven under control, you're going to be in a pretty good spot to say the very least. But at the same time, Rafa open things up with his first initial flash. Is going to be able to force Smoke up off that angle and get a little bit of real estate for his own team. But that real estate is not going to be lasting for long because down from the sidelines, that flash just made sure that Smoker is not gonna be able to get a lot of kills for himself. Gets a little bit of information though down from the back end. It's gonna be Nitride going in for a couple of his own top shots. Maybe he's not gonna be going in for it just yet. Scargot from the back end is gonna be able to take down iGod with that first initial kill on towards iGod here, ladies and gentlemen. Things are just gonna open up and up and up because now without that Sky, you don't have that flash anymore. You don't have that guaranteed kill if you play your cards properly. And without that guaranteed kill, I don't know. It's a little bit of a question mark for me here, Universe, because looking at the positions, they're all spread out all over the map, and I don't know what to expect here.
Yeah, Force One, they're trying to rush into this side of A. Cactus is still holding this line down. He's very low on HP, and they know it, and that's exactly why Skarga was spamming those bullets through the Radiant boxes, and now they've got the side, a 3v2, where FS are at disadvantage of men. They've got the controller and the Sentinel, both of whom are not in favorable positions. Only 1 star available in terms of utility for Cole, and he's going to place it down for a gravitational pull. TV gets pulled into it, but he does not get killed, as FS are looking for this retake, which looks very unlikely at this point. RVK knows where B2 is as well. So, Force One, they just need to hold off these angles. B2 actually finds 1 kill, goes in for the jumping burst classic, but is just going to give up his life. And the ghost being picked up by Shivy as well, as the side of Force One take a pretty comfortable pistol, which in the beginning I thought was going to go towards FS, but they pull it back.
Yeah, considering the amount of utility that the side of Force One invested and not really being able to capitalize on top of it, I thought that, yeah, it's pretty much done and dusted. There is no way that they're going to be able to enter down on towards that A side and get that play happen. But hey, Skargot, he proved me wrong in a matter of seconds. Going to be able to get that first initial kill down onto a little bit too much of an over-aggressive iGod here. And I feel as though this is a recurring thing over and over again, Universe. He goes in a little bit too over-aggressive, and his team is not really able to get that trade against the opposition because he's a little bit too far out of position.
Yeah. Force One, they've got the advantage, and they need to make sure that they get a little bit more. Nitrata actually finds I God's kill over there, who just walked into plain sight, and Kohli almost found 12 pellets off that shorty into the head of RVK, but RVK's trigger was just a little too faster than his, as Smoker comes up towards mid window, eats a couple of bullets, gets tagged down a lot, and goes back. Shivy holding down this angle. This pretty much should be the round. Shivy should probably be good enough for both his kills. He's got Scargot coming to support as well. He finds one as the higher HP player has been dealt with. To spot the other, and it's going to be Shivy to take down both as well. It is going to be first one who are going to be putting up round number 2 on the board as well. And now here's where things get a little bit dicey. This isn't exactly like Ascent. There's no close corners as such. This is a huge map. You've got a lot of long range fights, and the buy round is something that could favor FS over here, because they've got Vandals across the board, and the one-tap potential of these weapons is, well, we all know how good it is. So it's the only one-tap potential, I would say, in any range.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know that the Phantom is one of those things that you never really want to go off against. So, yeah, Phantom's always going to be that love and hate relationship that a lot of players have. Even I hate the Phantom from time to time, but hey, I love it as well. It just adds so much more dynamic and more flavor, and the ease of use is always going to be there. So both of these teams are going to be trying to run it as well as that Vandal on some of those players, but things could change in a matter of seconds, because look at Cactus's positioning. He's holding such an advanced position that one small misplay from the side of Force One could cost them pretty much everything, and one kill is all that they need with Cactus.
No charges left.
Oh,
I don't know how he missed that. Okay, finally he gets that kill, trying to find a second, spams onto RVK, does not get the kill, but gets a little bit of damage. Night and I are supposed to be sharing a process any second now, and it's gonna be Knight Rider to win out the entire battle over here. He gets the full share of the crosshair to his own self, as the A push has been called for Force One, and the A rotation has been called for FS. Amazing flash indeed. Smoker and B to find 2 kills of their own. RVK are looking for a little bit of an interesting mark, but there's a lot happening right now, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, we've had a little bit of an error on our side. It is something that Valorant is having a bit of an issue in the last 24 hours, and we're looking to fix it as soon as possible. So do not worry about that. We're going to be heading into the game pretty soon. But the one thing that we have for you is the fact that Force One have actually won out the 3rd round.
Yep. Honestly, that round in particular was absolutely intense, but you have to give it to Rafa. The fact that, hey, they were able to shut it down like that so quickly and so beautifully just goes to show that, hey, even though they were on the back foot, even though they had the worst guns, and even though RBK was running a Sheriff pretty much, and like, I don't understand this guy. He runs a Sheriff on round 2, on round 3, sorry, against Rifles. And he gets 2 kills out of it. That's not something that you would expect unless it's RBK.
I mean, fair enough. It is RVK, so you can never count out the guy no matter what weapon he has, especially that Sheriff of all things. I feel like RVK, like, you know, like we need an engraving on that Sheriff for whenever he wields it only, like, you know, an RVK for every bullet that he puts into the heads of his opponents. There should be, like, you know, a banner that's just, yeah. Like, you know, like it'll be very cheeky for RVK himself, particularly because of how bloody good he is. But yeah, for now though, as FS have given away another round, it is Force One who pulled 3 into their bag, and this is pretty much a reminiscence of what happened in the previous game, as RVK pulls out this round, and our tech issue looks like has been sorted, ladies and gentlemen. Not to worry about it. We are back into the game, as we have got Force One on the upper hand right now. They've put FS again into a eco situation, but hey, I'm not gonna count out FS out of this one either, because we know that they're capable of pulling off thrifties themselves as well. They've got 2 thrifties from the previous map themselves, so is this gonna be another one aggressive?
Could be the case here, Universe, because the thrifty can happen, because consider what's on the other side of that A-long position. It's 3 players running on down forward, and it's gonna be Cactus screaming. Watch this. Jet knives are on the board, and it's gonna be B2 probably getting a cheeky kill down on a 1, but yeah, RBK, he just knew it. he smelled out B2 and it was like, I think I know what I need to do here. So I'm gonna be that Cypher. I'm gonna start walking down outside of garage and then trying to go in for a kill, but I'm not gonna be able to find it down for the back end. No
Get
RBG is
that.
gonna be able to get a triple kill for him. So man, this guy on the lurk, you just can't push this man. If he's in this position, there is no way to shut him down. And now poor old Cactus, Rafa, like, is that? Are you just sprinkling salt on this man at this point? Because Rafa, he was just like just look at his face. He's like, yeah, nothing happened. Just another day at the office. Running it down, gunning down with the Spectre. This is what I do in life.
Yeah, it's just honestly, I don't really know what exactly is going through the minds of FS right now, but it definitely has to be some sort of game plan because Force One are railing riot right now. They're just raining down bullets, they're raining down utility, and there's nothing that FS are doing that they're going to be able to use it to handle it. F1, on the other hand, they've got such a good positioning, they've got such a good read of the game. He has another kill, although it gets traded out. iGod is looking for a little bit more information that Hound is going to get taken down. Cactus, though, the push onto C long could be a very, very dangerous push. He might want to updraft. Nobody probably is going to listen to him. Maybe Shivy might. He's going to come out. Shivy actually
I've got your trail.
and there it is. The Seekers come out. And now they're going to know that Cactus is on the backstab. They're going to know that one there's towards B as well. Cactus is going to take one of those Seekers down that came hunting him. He takes out the trapwire. And now Force One know where exactly these players are. V2 on the Heavens position is looking to spam down some bullets towards that close corner on the left. But he's not going to get anything. A lot of bullets being exchanged over here. Force One still looking for the plant as the plant goes down by the hands of Shivy right under the Heaven's position. And now here comes a retake in a 4v4 situation.
This plant spot is not that good though, but in the heat of the situation, this is the best plant spot that you can actually go for. But it's all up to Shivy to try and survive this because if RBK and Shivy die here, there is no way that the people outside of the site can do much. But still, it's gonna be the dynamic duo going in a simultaneous double kill for his own teammates. Cactus on the backside's gonna get tagged down to only 2 HP. No HP to work with very much, but he needs to hit that headshot. So I'm gonna be able to find it, and instead, it's gonna be Shivy on one side and Rafa on the other. Systematic dismantle coming on down through from the side of Force One, ladies and gentlemen. And FS, they don't really know even what hit them. Honestly, I thought that Shivy and RBK, they were both dead. They were in the most precarious positions possible. The plant was not in a place that you really wanted to be at. And the fact that Shivy and RBK were able to pull off a miracle and turn things around just goes to show the proficiency that they have when it comes down to these Force One positioning. Don't you think so?
Right here.
Oh my word. It is honestly a little bit of a worrisome affair over here now, as FS are actually losing out a lot of ground. They're losing out a lot of rounds that should have been theirs, and now they're playing out desperately. I got pushes up towards mid, and RVK up to his usual tactics. He knows that somebody's gonna be here, so he's holding on down. He's gonna probably, he's gonna find the head of iGod, and he moves back to where exactly he spawns from. He's been playing here all his time at Haven, and he is still the leading man in terms of kills. How in the hell is this guy doing this? I have no idea. Finally gets taken down. Smoker is gonna make sure that Cactus does not die out over there holding a shorty in his hand, but the plant has already gone down towards A, and with one weapon in their hands, which is a little bit useful, which was in the hands of Cactus, has already gone down. He's gonna pick it up, Smoker for sure, but this it's pretty much done and dusted. One kill at the very max, or at the very minimum, I would say, but 6 HP gets spammed down. Rafa gets the kill, and it is round number 6 for the side of Force One. As look at the faces, man. They know exactly what's happening. They know what they're doing. They know everything that's happening around them, everything that's happening on the site, what exactly FS are doing, where they're placing out the utility, where the Astra Stars are, where exactly the Hound is coming from the sky, the flashes. They know everything, and they're reading this absolutely perfectly. And FS, they have absolutely no clue what Force One are doing, except for the one thing that RVK is holding down the rotationals coming in from the side of FS.
The fact is, with the double initiative competition, you would expect them to not be position Cactus!
Alright.
Oh, no. Man, I just feel as though Cactus and iGod are just trading blows with one another. First map, we saw iGod do the exact same thing. And now on the second map, we're seeing Cactus do the exact same. Knight Rider gets a triple kill, spots out Igot. Igot's gonna be able to take him down. Take down one. Take down a second. Please don't die to the wolf. He didn't actually die to it, so it's completely fine. The Trailblazer didn't get him right then and there, but the shock dart made. Beautiful shock dart from the side of Shippy though, but I think that Igot just got a little bit angry at me because I called him out with that! Igot gets a 4K for himself and he possibly could just go in for this ace. And now he has that flash, he can easily jump down, but that jump is gonna kill him!
Oh my god, look, yeah, Rafa's loving it.
I literally told you. I
Yeah.
just called it, dude. As soon as he pulled out that flash, and considering the heat of the moment, the adrenaline that was pumping through his body, I knew he was gonna do that. I would have done it. Anyone in this entire server would have done it. And I
Oh,
got
boy.
no one blames you, man. It happens. It happens.
That's okay. Yeah,
Nice
absolutely.
try, nice try. Really, really nice try. A 4K just absolutely came out of nowhere.
Ay, ay, ay. I'm pretty sure that our viewers are gonna have a pretty good time having a look at that one. But hey, it is Force One's fans who are gonna have a much better time, to be honest. As Rafa is looking to get some information for his team. He spots out 2 players as Knight Rider crawling up, finds 1 kill. Make that a second, no, almost does. Gets a little bit damage, knows exactly where Cactus is. He's just probably waiting for his teammate to come in. No, he's actually gonna take the...
Oh,
Ooh,
beautiful.
Cactus. Beautiful read, beautiful shot, and amazing play over there by him to keep himself alive. As FS are playing desperately at this point. Chibi trying to get a little bit of information for himself. A lot of useful plays over here by the side of Force One, given that they've got a Sky and a Sova. So they've got 2 agents who can throw in their buddies to get information for themselves. And not to forget that RVK has got trips and cameras himself. As the Cosmic Divide has come in, the plant is going to go down. Kohli hears it. He's probably going to run through it. He's going to get RVK with the Stinger, picks up a Vandal. Rafa finds one. Scarwater trading another. And it's going to be another round for Force One as they do not let their foot off the gas pedal. And that was a little bit of a scare. I really think that FS had a chance to win that round. But Force One completely make me gobble up my own thoughts and... they say, nah, not gonna happen. We're looking to stomp our way through, and stomp our way is what we will do in this round as well. What a beautiful play by Force One. They almost gave that away, but kudos to them to pull that one back. As, yep, crazy stuff over here. 8-0. Did you expect this aggressive?
I have no idea what to expect anymore because when you consider the side of FS, they're actually doing really well when it comes down to terms of kills. They're just not able to close everything out. A little bit of miscommunication here and there. And the fact is that if you're you're trying to play for the retakes, I understand that, but the retakes are not just working for you. Do not play for that. Try and fight for the side. That's the only way you're gonna be able to survive. RBG should just be able to get one kill, but a little bit of a one coming on down from them. Ladies and gentlemen, I may just master curse this entire thing. And oh no, this is gonna be the first start on the board, ladies and gentlemen, for the side of FS. And just as we were talking about the 0-8 scoreline, it just turned into a 1-8 with a big whip from the side of RVK.
What? Okay, it wasn't just RVK. Look at this now. Scargod. He whiffs a couple of shots himself. Okay. And then there's Shivi, who tries to go, and he whiffs a couple of shots himself. So, the Vandal clearly in this round said no in the faces of Force One. As 3 of the players just completely whiffed all of their shots, and now they've got 1 round given away, and the 13-0 dream has gone down the drain for the side of Force One. But that's okay. I don't think they're gonna have a lot of problem with it. As the side of... Okay, Igot actually gets that kill on the Scar God. Pretty aggressive play over here. Looks like they're turning up the heat, and it might just work out for them over here aggressive because... they have got a different approach, and Force One did not expect this, and clearly they're falling back on this. They've got the A side for themselves though, but they still have 1 player on Heaven, and Shivi might just spot him out as Igot throws in his hound. He's not gonna get he's not gonna get any information for that matter. Here comes a drone from the side of FS. He does get 1 tag. He's trying to spam him down. Rafa, he comes back with the flash himself, and the plant is going to go down now under the Heaven position as a retake is going to come in again, a 4v4 retake. And FS, they're going to have to pull this one out if they want to get back into the game.
This is going to be a really difficult hold to say the very least, because consider the positions of the side of Force 1. Two players are holding on down from the under heaven angle. B2 on the backhand is going to be able to take down RBK. That first initial kill is going to open everything up if they're able to get the under heaven kill though. One on the left, one on the right. They're not going to be able to survive, and it's going to be a systematic play coming on down through from the side of Force 1, ladies and gentlemen. That just should win them very much everything. Knight Rider gets the last kill on the dynamic duo of Knight Rider and Shimmy. Holding it down from the angle of hell was absolutely beautiful here, Universe. Like, honestly, that plant spot is so unconventional, and the fact that they're actually doing it and they have a proper strat that can completely counteract the holds from the side of Under Heaven, it astounds me, and this is really good. The fact that both of them were playing Under Heaven, yes, it's very risky because there is an Astra on the opposition team, but the fact that they have never pulled off a double Under Hell strat just gave them the biggest advantage there. They expected only one player to be there, but oh no, there was actually two. Well played round from the side of Force 1, ladies and gentlemen. They deserve this 1-9 scoreline, and they could just take it down to a 10-1 if they play their cards properly.
Yeah, the aggressive push has been ruled off. Cactus has been spotted out, so the smoke has been put in over there. Oh, look at Icon though! What a positioning by him. I don't know how he was allowed to get in so deep into enemy lines, but clearly it did not work out. Oh, Smoker! He did not smoke out Knight Rider, and Knight Rider is going to be crawling in.
Oh, no.
This is going to be a huge play by Knight Rider. He gets one at the very most. And unfortunately, he's going to be taken down. Kohli's weapon comes into his hand at the right time, as the neural theft is going to give a little bit of information. Okay.
Not again. Not again.
Again, yeah. The W dash is something that is always to be feared by the player who puts it himself. And Kohli spotted out, back of sight, got a lot of bullet spamming. Yeah, he's obviously going to go down over there. B2 left alone, 1v3. He's got a huge order of players to take down, and I don't think it's going to be an easy task. First off, Room is going to be RVK, who actually takes him down. Okay. Sentinel has gone down, and an immediate result of that is going to be 2 stars being put down. Scar God, he looks to pull that position, he will, but B2 knows that that was going to happen, so he goes back to safety. He pushed on another smoke over there, and he's trying to work around it. Gets spotted out. That smoke circumference was just good enough for his vision to get
last round before the
shimmied out a bit, and there it is. Force 1 put up round number 10 on the board. Double digits in the first half, and aggressive. I mean, is there a way to come back from this? I know Force 1 had that infamous comeback happen against them way long ago, but does it look like it might happen again? Are FS going to pull an Enigma?
I don't really know. The side of FS, they feel like they're a little bit too disconnected. A couple of the players are playing by themselves. They're not really able to play together. And it feels like today's just a really bad day for them. And FS, they're just not able to come on back from that. And it happens to all of us. And yeah, Knight Rider is going to be able to get a beautiful tap with that Blaze from on towards that Cactus. But I would say it's completely fine. Sometimes you're going to have bad days, but at the same time, especially when you're in the gauntlet, yeah, you don't have that fear of, you know, losing out on one game and then being sent down over onto the lower brackets, but it's a fear regardless. You always need to play for the best of your abilities. The fact that Scar God just got himself out of that sticky situation, maybe he could go in for an easy lurk and then maybe make a play happen. Slowly but surely, he's actually making his way down forward, but this tripwire is going to put a damper on his plans. He's just going to be holding onto this angle and just waiting for a possible rotation. But all the players have already rotated, and now, yeah, Rafa, good night. Take sweet dreams. You're not going to be able to survive for long.
God has been spotted out, but it doesn't matter. He's going to get that kill anyway. RVK gets 2 for himself. Smoker somehow left alone now. He had a lot of players around him to support him, but now left in this 1v3. Oh my God, Smoker. I know you would have hated to be in that position, but unfortunately you were put in there, my friend. And the side of Force 1 are showing one of the most dominating performances in 11-1 half, which possibly could end up being 13-1 if they hold on to their cards on the defensive side.
Yeah, that just hurts. There's not much that he could have done, and it's going to be 1-11 on the scorecards. A tactical timeout has been called by the attackers. And now, what can the side of FSE Sports even do? 1-11 on the scorecards. It's nearly impossible not just like, I'm not saying that it's not really possible, but when you consider the map of Haven, the track record of the defensive side of the side of Force One, especially on the starting pistol round, it's just really difficult to get a one up against them here. And to do it consecutively for 10 rounds to try and bring it over onto an even Stevens and to have that level of momentum in your favor, it has to be a miracle, and it has to be a complete 180 to what it was previously. They need to take a lot of deep breaths. They need to try and stabilize themselves, and they should have taken this pause a lot more earlier. Universe, I always talk about this. Take these tactical timeouts. We have 3 timeouts for a reason. You can just take them, break the momentum of the opposition team, reset your own momentum, reset your arm, because you're not going to be able to hit those shots. Take a deep breath to slow down the adrenaline so that you can finally think clearly. The fact that it took the side of FSE Sports this long to do this, especially when you're on a 1-11 scoreline, I feel as though the loss is pretty much imminent here.
Yeah, I mean, it is definitely a hill, or rather a very steep cliff at this point that FS have to climb. And for them to start this one off, they need a very strong pistol round, which looks like it's going to be towards A, as iGod is going to start off things. He gets 1 kill as Scargod trades back. There's a lot of bullets being fired off, and it's going to be Cactus to get one. Smoker gets another kill. And in a 4v2 now, they have the advantage. Cactus, he goes up for a little bit of ambition, but gets taken down. iGod is going to take an RVK, leaving Shivy alone. Shivy taps one head. Okay, 1v2, still doable. Force 1. They're going to force off Shivy to move towards... Force 1 are going to force off FS to move towards the C site. But actually, it's going to be B, where... it is B2 who's taken up that back of the side position. The plan should be going down any second. They don't know where Shivy is. They've got an idea that he might come from A link. They still don't know that he might come from C link.
Oh no!
This could be the demise.
No.
Smoker, he needs to run. Oh, Smoker's gonna get caught off guard, and there it is. Shivy knows exactly where B2 is, and he's gonna try to stake at least half of the defuse at this point, and that's all he needs. No, he's gonna go for it. No, he's gonna hold it off. Shivy down to 9 HP, reloads. He just needs a little bit of an incredible play. What?
Wait! Shivy hit my monitor.
Clutch.
Never
Shivy.
give up.
I can see RVK shouting Jord right there,
Match point.
and I can't believe my eyes.
Dude, I just literally put my hands up in the air, and I nearly hit my monitor. What was that play, Shivy? You should not have gotten this round. Oh my god! In a 1 versus 4 situation,
Caution
Shivy just
here.
pulled off one of the most incredible clutches that I've seen in a really long time. It was not really a lot of flashy aiming skills.
No.
It was not that. It was just pure, utter game sense and good timing from the side of Shivy. He was able to take everyone down in beautiful fashion and take it down over to match point, ladies and gentlemen, for the side of Force 1, but at the same time, Shivy a little bit too overzealous. I understand you got a clutch in the last round, but you cannot go for a swing like that, especially when you know there's a fast rush coming on down through from the side of the opposition. Also, going to be connecting all over the place. Getting Cactus with one more for himself. Scargod does get a kill down onto iGod to go in for a trade, but it's not much of a trade because all of your team members have already gone down, and the entirety of the A side is now under the control of the side of the attackers. A couple of shots are going to be happening. Nightwire goes in for that kill. It's going to be able to take down Colil, but that's pretty much it. Cactus gets his third. RBK with the Sheriff is going to be good for 1. Will he be able to go in for a clutch? It's going to be the real question. It's RBK and a Sheriff, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot count out this man, but you can count on Smoker on a Spectre, though. Easily going to be able to go in for that swing, get a kill for himself. And hey, this forced buy round, which is, of course, going to need to be a buy round, did catch the side of Force 1 off guard just a tiny little bit, because I feel as though the adrenaline from that last round was running a little bit too high on their face.
Oh my word. Almost that could have been the end of this one, but somehow they survive it, this one right here. FS, they've got a lot of more work to do if they want to take us to overtime, and that recon from Smoker is not gonna help that happen. Unfortunately, it is gonna be going back down.
No.
Cactus though is still gonna get the kill. This time he dashes to safety rather than to danger. That's something he's gonna be proud of a little bit. iGod finds Nitrada's head as eco round, except for Rafa. Okay, he
Good
jumps down.
utility, man.
Last player standing.
Yeah, okay. That's pretty much the end of the round. Rafa, the only one with the Vandal over there, was probably the one hope that they had as Shivi. Last
What?
match. Okay.
Planted.
What?
Shivi actually finds that kill, and I don't even know how he did that. And now he's look. Wait, they do not know that Shivi actually jumped out. Okay. Sound cues in 2021 seem like they don't need to work as much as visual cues. But yeah, Force 1, they are going to be giving away this round. They even throw a recon dot just for safe measure to find out where exactly Shivi is and to send him to his grave with that sad little music on the back end of it. But yeah, Force 1, I don't think they're going to be deterred by this at all, are they?
I love the fact that Smoke is like, I don't want this Spectre, and I'm gonna make sure that my opposition also don't get it. Throws it outside of the map. But I feel as though it's gonna be a long climb, but it could happen. FS, they have the momentum in their favor. I saw a lot of good utility usage coming out from them as well. You just saw it. Every single gravity well, every single stun was placed perfectly from pulling. But at the same time, Universe, I want to ask this question: where were these gravity wells and where were these stuns back when they really needed it?
Nitro and Rafa throw in nice to the final piece of the coffin, and there it is.
Spike down.
God again comes up in the final moments to get probably the win for his team. This probably should be the end, unless Kohli can pull out a 1v3 over here. Looks unlikely. It's gonna be Scargod
Defenders win.
for the second time in a row to shut it down with a 3K this time, not a 4K, unlike on the Sent, as F1 get the victory 13-4 and my 13-3, sorry. My word, what a victory. A lot more dominant than the Sent, which I think most of us expected. Wouldn't you say so, Aggressive?
Yeah, when you consider all of the plays that were happening, ladies and gentlemen, that it's just, I don't know how I felt about this entire match, because it was a dominant performance from the side of Force 1, yes, but at the same time, this is not really what should have happened here when you consider the long haul of things. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, let's head on down over towards the match highlights to see what exactly went wrong for the side of FS, because I feel as though FS, they should have had all of the advantages running in their favor. They had a lot of the kills right at the get-go, but what are these clutches, man? Like, the level of clutch ministers on the side of Force 1 absolutely astounds me. A lot of these rounds, they shouldn't have won. Shivi getting a 4K. Then there was RBK just pulling off an absolute miracle on towards the side of Spawn. And then you saw the Under Heaven play, the level of adaptability from the side of Force 1 just caught FSE Sports off guard, and they were just not expecting any of it. But hey, it's all a learning experience, and I feel as though the side of FS today, it was just a little bit of an off day for them. They were not able to coordinate together as a team as well as they normally would have, and it's completely fine. It happens from time to time. You just have to take this as a learning experience and just bounce back from it strong.
Totally agree with you. This is something that they definitely learned from. It's okay that they lost this one out. It's not going to hurt them too much. I mean, definitely in a mental state of losing out 13-3 is a scoreline that you do not want to be on the receiving end of. So for sure, they're going to have to go back to the drawing board and see exactly what it is that went wrong today. But unfortunately, today is not their day. They're going to have to suffer this loss by the hands of Force 1, who have been, honestly, one of the best teams in the region. At least top 5, I would, in my personal opinion, Force 1 are definitely among the top 5 there are, as they look like they want to establish a lot of dominance. They want to cover that ground between themselves and Global Esports and Velocity Gaming. And this was the step towards it. They've got FS Esports down and dusted. They still have a long way to go, but looking at the scoreboard, you can see that it is pretty much of an very evenly distorted scoreline for at least 4 players on the side of F1, except for Rafa, who I would say is more impactful on the duelist role than this guy.
Yeah, but at the same time, let's just talk about the kill spread between all of the players of the side of Force 1. You see Knight Rider with 18, Shibi with 18, RPK with 16, Scargard with 13, and then Rafa with 5. Rafa with 5, it's completely fine because he was throwing out beautiful flashes throughout the entire game. That guy just absolutely dictated the pace of every single engagement, and they played the double initiator composition beautifully. But from the side of FSE Sports, I believe that they had one big problem. On Haven, you have a double initiator composition. Why are you playing this safe on your own defensive side? They turned up the pace from time to time and used all of the utility properly, but that came just a little bit too little too late. And hey, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be a 2-0 win for the side of Force One. Congratulations to them. And a hearty pat on the back for the side of FSE Sports. They tried their best. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're not done just yet. We're going to be back with you on the analyst desk in just a little bit of time. And we'll be back with you real shortly with the LG Ultragear TEC Gauntlet Season 2, powered by W Black and Ryzen Radio.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the analyst desk of the LG Ultragear TEC Gauntlet Season 2, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. I'm your host, Assassin4sen, back, and with me are casters and analysts, Aggressive and Universe. Well, I'm pretty sure that these guys did have a lot of fun casting that BO3, but we know for a fact that we did not expect that kind of a result coming out from the side of FSE Sports. So let's quickly go ahead and take a look at the map veto. I mean, let's take a quick look at what exactly the results were for both of these maps. The first map was 13-9. That is Ascent. And on the map of Haven, well, it was a complete whitewash coming out from the side of Force 1 Esports, 13-3. So both of these maps, Force 1 Esports took in great domination. Well, let's start off with map 1. And Aggressive, I want your thoughts on what exactly went wrong for the side of FSE Sports and what did they do wrong?
Feel as though FSE Sports, they tried to match the side of Force One and they paid the price for it heavily. And you can see this happening consistently all over the map as well. They tried to match the pace of how Force One were playing. If they were playing slow, they were playing slow. If they were playing fast, they were playing fast. And that's not how you try and get a one-up against your opposition, especially when you know for a fact that the trade game of the side of Force One is just a lot more stronger in comparison to yours. You need to try and take a little bit more initiative. You need to try and go in for fights. together as a unit, play with that buddy system, and then push it down forward. But they were playing solo every single time. Even when they were playing slow, they were by themselves. They were not with a teammate, and that's what costed them so many rounds in particular. And right at the very end, they were slowly picking things up, and they were able to play together as a team. But it only happens right at the very end here, Assassin, and that's like the biggest question mark in my eyes. Where is this level of brilliance and dominance right at the very beginning when you need to work together as a team to try and form a solid lead? And the fact is, this is a recurring theme in map number 1 and also in map number 2. They need to try and work out the kinks when it comes down to their teamwork, because it feels as though today their consistency as a team, it was just not present.
Well, consistency and teamwork has been a little bit of a problem for the side of FSE Sports. We know this. Even back in the Fangs days, they had this issue. A lot of miscommunication. There was a lot of information not being relayed properly. There was not enough capitalization of the utilities being dispensed for a proper execute or a proper strategy. Like, it's just FSE Sports. They have a massive disconnect and they need to work on it as well, as something that we have analyzed out of their game. And Force One Esports, well, they are brilliant at what they do when it comes down to all of these departments. Well, map 1, as aggressive did put it out. FS Esports, they just need to go ahead and work on their teamwork, and they have to consistently put up the results as well. It can't always be either Smoka or B2 going ahead and putting up the numbers. It has to be absolutely everyone. And I actually wanted to ask you this, Universe. As we moving over towards the scoreboard, right? I wanted to ask you this: how exactly is IGOT performing? Because I can see he has got 18 kills. ACS is 240, which is like the best among absolutely everyone, except for, of course, B2, who has 268, and the guy is on 21 kills. But yeah, IGOT. He's been doing pretty good. What are your opinions on IGOT?
I think this he showed up for sure today. He even in the second map he had moments of brilliance, and he had a lot of plays that looked like they could have potentially been round winners, and they were actually quite some of the times, especially when you're playing on the Jet in the first match. But yeah, I got someone who's definitely that we're gonna have to watch out for. Who you never know what he could do. That's his unpredictability is what his best trait. The way he flanks, especially that one round where he got that 3K with his blades. He moves around towards mid, he goes towards a shot. He's just all around the map, and that exactly is what throws his opponents in a little bit of a haze to where exactly they can expect this man with what weapon on top of that as well. So yeah, iGod is definitely someone that even though FS might not be having the greatest of days, iGod is somebody that I think might just be one little ray or silver lining in their dark cloud that you never know could pull out something out of the blue.
Completely. Well, let's take a quick look at the map once again and take a look at what exactly was the score for the second map, which is 13-3. And we know for a fact that the map of Haven is something that Force One Esports have been working on quite a lot, and their setup is quite impressive in the map of Haven as well. Universe, I want to ask you this. What exactly do you think is something that Force One Esports did? Do you actually think that they brought out something insane and thus this 13-3 result against this FSE Sports, or is it like FSE Sports' usual teamwork not working out or miscommunication issues?
I mean, I think that there were times where they gave away the 1v1s pretty easily. Some places where they could have probably played as a team is places where they did not. And, this was... I really thought that FS could have probably pulled in a lot more of dominating performance in this map than they did in Ascent. I really thought maybe this would go to a 13-11, even if it was a Force 1 win. Probably a 13-11 or 13-10 is what I was expecting, better than what at least happened last time. But Force 1, they completely proved that, guess what, Haven is our map, it is our Haven, that we rule this, and we're gonna hit you down big, we're gonna hit you down hard, and you're gonna go down all the way towards the condemnity of hell. 13-3 is the scoreline that FS were fed by Force 1. 2 rounds that I think that were honestly given away simply by Force 1, I would believe. They could have shot this one out 13-1. But yeah, I mean, absolute dominance. There was pretty much communication, utility usage, and a little bit of teamwork cohesion was off guard, off put today. I feel from the side of FS, and that's why they had like lurks like these from RVK. When they themselves came on the flanks as well, RVK was sitting in the attacking side spawn and he got kills. He was leading the board for quite a bit of time, and even though he's a Sentinel, that's not supposed to be happening on the attacking side at the very least. And defensive, you could believe it, but attacking side, he was still one of the top notches. And look at that, he's just 2 kills behind the 2 leaders. He's 16 kills, 270 ACS, and this guy is an absolute god. I don't really know how much further he can improve or get better, but Force One's Sentinel, pillar, whatever it is you want to call him, is definitely one player that can always make the difference, and he did today as well.
That's right. Well, you can clearly look at the scoreboard as well from the side of F1 Esports, who we had every single player except for Rafa, of course, onto double digits and equally bring the team into victory. Whereas FSE Sports, you can see that massive disconnect. We're going to be seeing Cactus on 16, Smoke on 13 kills, Igor on 12, B2 on 5, and Kohli on 4. Kohli, particularly today, did not perform that much because Kohli is a player that I personally feel like is gonna be a future Blackhawk or something like that, because he really has the potential to go ahead and use the utilities as well as put up the numbers as well in the fragging department. But again, inconsistency is something that is revolving around the side of FSE Sports, and we wish and hope that they are going to fix all of these issues and they're going to come back stronger as well in their future games, especially in the Gauntlet Season 2. Well, with that, we pretty much, are at the end of analyzing both the maps. Let's take a quick look at what the changes are going to be on the group standings. It's going to be heading straight in towards the group standings now. And FSE Sports, well, interestingly, they were on the 5th spot before. And Force One Esports were on the 3rd spot. And now they're going to be moving in over towards the 1st spot with 2 wins and 1 loss, a total of 5 points for the side of Force One Esports. Exo on the 2nd, Valorant on the 3rd, Global Esports on the 4th, Cohesion on the 5th. FSE Sports have dropped down to the 6th position. Outside Esports on the 7th, and Oculus 5 on the 7th as well. Aggressive, what are your thoughts on the group standings?
For me personally, I feel as though on the group standings, it's kind of what we expected. Force One, Team EXO, Team Valor, and Global Esports, they're of course going to be in that number 4, the top 4 position. And now the number 4 position could be swappable just a little bit. But at the same time, I don't know what to expect just yet. Team Cohesion, they have been making strides, but they need to put themselves on the board. And FS, they just need to try and go back to the drawing boards and try and channel their first initial victory to try and bring something back. Like, they just felt off balance today. They were not really able to perform to the best of their abilities, but they need to just go back to the drawing boards and hopefully come back even stronger moving on down the line. So let's really see. Because when you look at the standings, it's what we expected, but hey, the unexpected is what we really want. We don't want the expected.
Through that, we're all expecting some amazing results coming out from teams like Cohesion, FSE Sports, Outside Esports, and Oculus 5. Well, with that, pretty much at the end of the day as well. It was an absolutely amazing one. I mean, we had 2 games, but unfortunately the first one was not able to undergo because of 2 reasons. 1, Team EXO's technical issue, and 2, we had a Valorant patch that dropped in, and Mumbai servers were just they went AWOL. But anyways, everything is back, and we have rescheduled that game, by the way. It's going to be postponed to a later date. So all the updates are going to be put on our social media handles. You guys can go ahead and check them out using the link down in the description below. Also, while you're down there, please do check out some of the amazing deals coming out from our sponsors, LG Ultragear, WD Black, and AMD Ryzen Radeon. They've got some amazing deals just for you lovely viewers for your next big upgrade, so don't forget to check that out. Also, like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell notification icon to never miss another update whenever we go live. Thank you so much for tuning in. With that, I'm your host, Assassin Force, and with me on the desk were Aggressive and Universe. We're going to be signing off for tonight, and we're going to be seeing you guys tomorrow for more and more Valorant action for the LG Ultragear TEC Gauntlet Season 2, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. Good night, goodbye, sweet dreams.